enough to see me in 2 days. At least for those that are coming back. I've got a little bit of leftover, what do you call this? Ambrosia salad with the cherries and marshmallows and oranges. And I got me sugar in a can. I figured I'd hop on live just to do one more last live for before the year ends. It's 2024 right now. I don't know what time it is. It's around 7:30. And I just wanted to hop on one more time before the year ends. Happy New Year! I'm having some ambrosia salad and a Dr. Pepper for supper. Dinner of champions. What you call that? I hate coconut. This is the only way I'll eat coconut. But my mother-in-law made this. I love ambrosia salad. So I'm eating it. So, what's everybody's plans for New Year's? I didn't know if many people would pop on. What's funny is that you're on My Outdoors. You're on live with me tonight. And what was it? When we did our first live, well, our only live together, wasn't it New Year's? Didn't we do it New Year's night? Or it was around New Year's? It was something like that. January. It's kind of neat. It's like we're coming full circle. This coming January is going to be my 2nd year of YouTubing. Yeah, and like the quality of the video was so messed up. I don't know why. We need to plan another live. Am I homeless? No. Thank God I'm not. Are you homeless? For those of you that are hopping on, welcome to the channel. I ask comments to be respectful, people to be kind and courteous. And if you can't, I'll just block you. It's not going to hurt my feelings none. So let's just keep comments kind. If you would, double tap the screen, give me a like, and and subscribe if you haven't. What is everybody's plans for New Year's? Hello, everybody. There's all kinds of people popping on. You must be happy. I'm having a snack. What is everybody's... I know like different people have like... For different holidays, like they'll eat specific foods. Ambrosia salad is like a Christmas thing for us. Ham, salted ham is a Christmas thing for us. So what is everybody's holiday favorite treat? That sounds like fun. Well, something just fell. Does anybody have like a favorite turkey? Cabbage rolls? Do you eat cabbage rolls on New Year's? I think is it lima beans or something that's supposed to be good luck for New Year's. There's some kind of bean. Is it lima bean? Or what's those beans that's got like the black on them? What are those? Black-eyed peas. Is it black-eyed peas or lima beans? They're like lucky to eat on New Year's. Black-eyed peas. Yeah. For anybody that's new popping on, we are a homesteading farm channel. We're a family channel. And thank you for everybody that's liked the video. We're a homesteading channel. We raise all kinds of animals. I put informational videos on animal husbandry, how to make money off of animals, how to raise animals for food. We hunt and we forage. That's pretty much our channel. If you like watching country people, I guess we'd be considered rednecks, then we're your channel. I'm out of ambrosia salad. All I've got left is the cherries. Does anybody else not like cherries? I'm not a cherry eater. I like cherry flavored stuff, but I just don't like cherries. My mother-in-law makes I think it's 7-day. A 7-day ham for Christmas every year. I think it's 7-day.
I think it's 3.
Is it 3-day?
Yeah, it's a 3-day ham.
A 3-day ham. And it's like a long process. You wrap it in a blanket. You boil it. It's a really long process. You pour ginger ale on it and let it soak up the ginger ale. But it's so good. And so we have that every Christmas. And she usually makes ambrosia salad. And I'm trying to think of what else. Of course, turkey at Thanksgiving. But turkey is like... I'm just not big on turkey. Now, my sister made a wonderful turkey for Thanksgiving this year. The best turkey I'd ever ate. Actually, this is what I'm on here to do. So, but it looks like you're just trying to draw attention to yourself. So I will just help you out there. Everybody say goodbye to Ashley, because she is being rude. Bye, Ashley. See you later. There you go. She's gone. People are so rude, but that's okay. That's on them. You know, like, it's almost like it's pitiful because people feel so down on themselves that they have to do whatever they possibly can to draw attention to themselves, and I would be embarrassed. But, you know, some people don't have no shame. But that's okay. I've never been somebody that liked a bully. I was always the type of person that would call a bully out every time. And so, bye-bye. This live is running kind of slow. But like I said in the beginning, I just wanted to hop on here and chit chat with everybody. Just have one last live before 2024 ends. I want to try to keep this upbeat and fun. So what is everybody's plans for tonight? I haven't watched the ball drop in years. Does everybody watch the ball drop, or do you do anything that's like specifically to celebrate New Year's? We Praising Jesus. That's wonderful. My church typically, this year we didn't do it, but our church typically does what they call bringing in the new year. And members of the church come in and they pray. They pray the new year in. So we gather together. Thank you. We gather together and thank the Lord and ask for his blessing in the new coming year. And, just praise him and thank him for the year that we've had. This year we're not doing that, but I think that it's a wonderful thing to do. And I do. I think it's a wonderful thing to do. And I think that we need to know where our blessings come from. So it's a good way to bring in the new year. Usually fireworks and shooting off guns. A lot of people do fireworks. Any predictions for 2025? I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Do I actually look like your neighbor, or were you just pulling my leg, buddy? Were you just pulling my leg? Somebody came on here on live. Oh, I was speaking to somebody the other day. I'm getting ready to purchase some more female quail because our quail, our female to male ratio just did not work out this year. So I'm getting ready to purchase quail. And I was having this conversation with this guy over Messenger. And he thought for sure he knew who I was. He thought we were related. And he thought for sure he knew who I was, and he was like, he just come right out and said, we're related. And I was like, me and you are related? And he's like, yeah, and he went through like his whole family lineage, and turns out we weren't related. He has a cousin that he said looked like me and had the same name as me, and so he thought that we were related. It was funny, but a lot of people, you wouldn't believe, and I told her, I was like, you wouldn't believe how many people tell me I look like somebody. Like their cousin, or their neighbor, or the person they went to school with. I guess I just have one of those faces. But I say that to all the women on here and all the guys. I say, you look, oh. Okay, well, I guess it's an icebreaker. I guess it's an icebreaker. I appreciate a good sense of humor. I strive to have a good sense of humor. If you can't laugh, if you can't make it through life laughing, it's going to be a hard life, Troubles and trials come, and we need to just, be able to have a little grace on ourselves, be able to, laugh off, some things, stuff happens. I kind of look like your ex-girlfriend. Did I see the ghost was my daughter. That was my daughter. She's walking in the background. I give 50% of my money to charity. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. If people can manage to do that, then that's great. Dave, if you would please, this is a family channel. Let's try to keep our comments appropriate, family appropriate. This is a family channel. Let's just keep things. We can have fun. We can keep things light, but let's be respectful. Let's be kind, and courteous, and we can have fun. We can talk and have fun, and still be kind and courteous to other people and respectful. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. For those of you that are just hopping on, we got quite a few people popping on. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. If you double tap the screen, it gives me a like and lets the algorithm know that I am fun and all of that. So If you would support my channel, I appreciate it. I was just talking to somebody. I was talking to My Outdoors. He also has a channel, and if you want to go check him out as well. No, I'm not from Alabama. I am in the Appalachian region. No, hopefully not. Don't let Dave run your new year. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm a big girl. If you haven't subscribed, though, it would be wonderful. I'm really, really trying to get my watch hours up. I'd love for this channel to be monetized. That way we could help more people. Also, so I can make money. First and foremost, to help people. But seriously, you know, it'd be nice to make a little money on the side to help support my family. Lakin, will you let him out to go potty, please? You're from Virginia? That's cool. You're in 2025 right now? Well, Happy New Year. We're in the US. Oliver. No, sir. Lycan! Will you get this dog and let him out, please? It would be, Reese, if I didn't have self-respect, but I do have some self-respect and some dignity about myself, and so I choose to make money by working hard. So, hello, everybody that's popping on. You're from Florida. Sun's still shining. You all, it's not dark. My father-in-law lives in Florida, and I heard you all were getting ready. Well, depending on where you're at in his area, he's getting ready to get some cold weather coming in this week. We're getting ready to get some cold weather coming in this week. The wind right now is probably blowing like 50 miles an hour. It's crazy. The ball drop. Cool beans from India. Awesome. You are Muslim, you believe in Jesus as a prophet, but God is one and only, and no one dare him God. What? I missed something. Let me see. You're in 2025 in Wales. Wow. Whoop whoop. Cool beans. What do I do for a living? I am a farmer. That's what I do for a living. I have a YouTube channel on the side that I do not make money off of right now. You all could help me with that if you wanna subscribe to my channel and help me boost my watch hours. I can start making money. But first and foremost, I am a mother, a homeschool mother. We homeschool. We raise our daughter on the farm, and we are farmers. 5 hours ahead of me. Wow. Read me. Is that a node to my accent that I'm sensing, Amanda? Yes, taters. What do I farm? You'll have to check out the channel. But we have raised horses, goats, rabbits, chickens, quail, ducks. We've had ducks. So horses, goats, cows, rabbits, chickens, quail. That's what we've had. What is Farm Simulator? I don't know what that is. The right way, none of the woke stuff. What is that supposed to mean? Are you talking about politics? You want to see the ball drop? Is the United States the only ones that do a ball drop, or do other countries do it as well? I know like China does something, right? But their New Year's is different than ours, right? Or at least in the U.S. I'm also farmers from India, and I have dairy, and ooh, cool beans. That's wonderful. Tomorrow is your birthday. Happy birthday. One of those January 1st babies. I'm freezing 7-layer, and I don't know what that means. Greenland does a ball. Oh, Greenland does a ball drop? I'd say Greenland is beautiful. We are in the U.S. is where we're at. Hey, girlfriend. Tattoo garden mama in the house. That's so cool. I'm not into politics. I've had multiple conversations with it. I don't believe. I'm not into politics. Yes, we do eat. Well, we forage, hunt, and raise. A lot of what we eat, including garden, including garden food. Our child has been around animals being processed since before she could remember. She's always been right next to us. We've always done it with her and explained to her the value of life and what it means. We get attached to some animals and they become, pets, and we don't eat those. But we also, teach her that there is a balance in life, and some animals are raised to eat. And so it's, there's a way to do it. There's a way to have your children involved without it being scary. And I think a lot of people, think that it, is scary. But we've done it since the very beginning. We've hunted with her since she was a baby. We just have one child, and so she's went everywhere that we have. We were a young couple when we got together, when we were married. We were young when we had her, and so we continued on with our life like we did before, and that included gardening, hunting, processing food, eating what we hunt or process, and that goes all the way, like I said, down to the garden and out to the woods. So anywhere between the garden, the farm, and the woods, she's been there, she's done that, and I think I'm happy with us being able to raise her like that. So from the very beginning, before she even can remember. Do I think I can throw a rock farther than you? I don't know. I don't have much of an arm. I used to when I was young. Wait, you still go to school? Do I still go to school? No, I do not. I do homeschool. I guess you consider that going to school. My husband is not here at the moment. He is actually hunting. We were talking about hunting. He is actually hunting right now. Let me see. I'm not into politics. I'm just not. I'm not at all. Comprehensive, read mine, please. But actually might be my husband now. He's coming in from hunting, it sounds like. All right, you two. Have a wonderful time. Oh my gosh, I slid up and got stuck. There's so many people commenting. I'm missing it. Let me see. School, you could know me. I don't know you, I can guarantee it. Haven't been in school for years. Thank you, I appreciate it. When is he coming back? He's pulling in the drive right now. You're 12 in February. Well, your birthday's coming up. Let me see. So does anybody have any more farm related? It's 6 a.m. there? Wow. Does anybody have any farm related questions? My husband is very camera shy, so he's probably not gonna introduce himself. He is, if you want to check out our channel though, you might see him pop in here and there. One of our last videos, second to our last video, he makes an appearance, but he is very camera shy. I don't know what Snap is. Let me see. So does anybody have any, me and you went to community college together. You still owe an ink pen you never gave me. Yeah. Yeah, right. Come on. I'm on live, Drew.
Sorry.
You're fine. What time is it in America? Well, depending on where you're at in America, it is 8 o'clock here. Do you mean Snapchat? I'm too old for Snapchat, if that's what you're asking. I remember when Snapchat came out when I was a teenager. It's 8 there, Rick. Oh, they're having a whole conversation right in my comments. It is, it is PM. We're waiting on the new year to come. You know, I don't know. We are very self-sufficient when it comes to it. At least in our area. I don't know. Now, depending on what area you are, it's sometimes easier to get loans if you have a farm or you are a farmer. But as far as if the government supports you, I really don't know. We're like a homesteading, a farmsteading channel, so we really try to just be as self-sufficient as we possibly can at this moment, and we're trying to earn more and more self-sufficiency as we go on. So let me see. Do I have a Christmas tree? Yes, we do have a Christmas tree. It's 6 a.m. in India. Cool. What kind of, I know you said you had a dairy cow. What breed of dairy cows do you have? Yeah, really, all these platforms are old. I remember when YouTube never had live. I remember when YouTube never had live either. I remember when YouTube didn't pay people to be on YouTube. I seen something the other day where people said, it was somebody that said YouTube was a lot more fun, a lot more cool when people weren't paid to be on it. And I can agree with that, me being even a YouTuber. Eric, are you on here? Thank you, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, and, you know, like, technology goes on. It continues. And thank you, Eric. I've been drowning. I've been drowning in comments. But yeah, technology goes on. And, you know, live makes it easier for people like me who are wanting to be monetized. It also gives me an opportunity to, you know, have conversations and reach out to people that are actually interested in what I do and subscribing to my channel. And I feel like it makes, you know, it's what I'm trying to say. It's more personable. I mean, you can see me in real life, what I'm doing right now. You can see, you know, everything around me, and I think that it makes people more personable, and it makes people it makes it easier for people to be able to relate to what you're doing. something blew through. I had to sneeze. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's been good for some people though, you know. I wish, I would really love for 2025 to be the year that I become monetized. Um, and, um, you know, I've worked really hard. And I don't just say that to brag. I just say that because I have put a lot of work into this, and I know that there's been YouTubers, people that do YouTube, that Happy New Year, people that do YouTube that have put a lot of work and effort into it and have spent years and still haven't been monetized. And I know that, but I really want to. I want to get to that point. I feel like. I feel like I'm getting there. I've just got to put, you know, more work in. Just got to put my back into it. I got to, what is it? Put my nose to the grind. Yeah. So, Rick, what kind of content are you interested in? You're talking about, you know, content. What are the type of people that you watch? What are the things that you watch? I always find it interesting to find, you know, to talk to people about the things that they watch on YouTube. I'm a farmer, so that's what I do. You know, I watch farming stuff. I like food, so I watch people make food. I like... That's pretty much it. I watch movies, of course, on YouTube, or if I need history, yeah, I love yeah, I mean, history is a big thing as well. I love learning. I like watching, although the monarchy has nothing to do with me. I love watching information about the different types of monarchies in different places. Right now, my biggest person that I've been what daggone it, I've lost my train of thought. The French, during the French Revolutionary War. Before that, the I can't think what it's called. I don't know, it's Dutch or Duchess, I can't remember. But I've been kind of diving into that. And I also love Appalachian history. Anything that I can get my hands on when it comes to Appalachian history, I love. I love to watch. Cool beans. Julie, if I can remember, I will try to check your channel out. The best way for me to be able to remember, though, is probably for you to go to my channel and comment on one of my videos and just say hey or something so I can remember to check your channel out. So if you would, just comment on one of those videos. It don't have to be nothing specific. Just say hi or whatever, and I'll try to check your channel out. It looks like Julie has a YouTube channel she's trying to get started. So if everybody would go check her channel out, that would be super cool. I have Indian, see, Pioneer Lady. There used to be a channel that I used to watch, and I cannot think of it. And I cannot think of the name of it, but it was like a man, he dresses like, he cooks like old recipes, like colonial style things, and he's like a history buff. People just want to come and talk. You who messaged in this one, I'm going to have any comments. That's fine. That's fine. I need to make you a Whatchamacallit too, so when you're on there, because I trust both of y'all's judgment. We're in Kentucky, in the Appalachian region of Kentucky. Maybe that's his channel. I cannot, for the life of me, I cannot remember. Let me see if I can do that on here. Make you a monitor or whatever it's called. There you go. You don't have to do it, though. Okay. It's totally fine. You don't have to do it, but I did just make you a monitor or whatever. You're in West Virginia. Cool beans. You're not far from us. Next state over. Is West Virginia considered Appalachia? I think I would know that. Is it just I think it's parts of West Virginia. Am I correct? Or is it another mountain range? I was thinking so, but I know, hey Ark, how are you? Hey Eric. Well, there's a bunch of new people on now, so what is everybody's New Year's plans? Does anybody have a New Year's resolution? What is everybody's? I want to know everybody's New Year's revolutions. Everybody's New Year's revolutions. Everybody's New Year. Do some people not do them? You don't do any Arc? You know, that's totally fine. I don't either. Because I used to. Oh, I think I deleted Arc. Are you still there, Arc? Oh, I deleted the wrong one. I'm sorry. Okay. I mistakenly hit you. It was an accident. Yeah, losing 30 pounds and taking a... I wish I could lose some 30 pounds. I wish I could lose some 30 pounds. Let me see. You getting your wishes, Harry? Non-toxic lifestyle. That's the best kind, girlfriend. That's the best kind. It seems like, I don't know, like, maybe my New Year's resolution is to be monetized this year. People, yeah. Toxic people. Wipe them toxic people out of your life. I think it's good to set goals. But I'm horrible at sticking with them. Here's the thing. Consistency has never been it for me. I've never been able to stick to, like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds, so I'm going to blah, 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 blah. I've never been able to do it. No, I don't. I do not know where that is. Sorry. Is that in West Virginia? My mom lived in Huntington, West Virginia. Thank you, Eric. I was getting ready to take care of that. New people are popping on. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I keep saying this. People are probably getting tired of it. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. If you haven't liked the video, double tap the screen and it will give me a like. It'll let that algorithm know that I'm a fun, cool person. And and maybe that I can, grow my channel. So if you want to support a small farm girl channel, then here it is. But also, if you're going to be on here, I require 100% to keep comments respectful and kind. This is a family channel, so, let's be decent people, okay? Thanks. Springs, where I grew up, worked. Oh, yeah, so you're not too far from Huntington. I know where Huntington is. That's about as far as I've been in West Virginia. Like I said, my mom lived there for a time. She graduated high school, I believe, in Huntington. So, anyways, she lived there for a time. But that's about all I know about West Virginia. I'm neither. I'm not a big sports fan at all. Oh my gosh. I'm not a big sports fan at all. Like at all. And basketball is never something that's been super entertaining to me. Neither is football. If I was to sit down and watch anything, it would be baseball. I love baseball. As far as like it being interesting to watch. But to me, like basketball and football and those have never been very interesting for me to watch. I'm not a very cool person. And we don't watch sports anyways. We don't have a TV. So, we don't watch sports. It's never been a thing. But I like watching things that are interesting. Oh my gosh. Hold on, Eric, I'll take care of him. I was trying to give him, a benefit of the doubt, but people were just rude. Thank you, Eric, for being on the ball, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah. I watched I went to Washington when I was a teenager. I watched baseball. I went to a baseball game between Washington and what is the Washington DC baseball team called? What are they called? I watched them when I was a teenager. We went and visited Washington. I've been to DC twice, I think. It's a beautiful ride up there. Nationals. Yeah, I watched them, and I cannot even remember who they were playing against. But it was fun. But like I said, I'd rather watch baseball than anything. I love baseball. I played it when I was a kid. I played it until I got old enough, and they told me that I had to play softball, and that made me mad because I wanted to play baseball, that I quit. You're a Mets fan. Who's the Mets? Like what state are they from? I'm completely oblivious when it comes to sports. I probably sound like a doofus, but I don't know who the Mets are. I mean, I do know who the Mets are, but I didn't know, I didn't know where they were from. I didn't know where they were from. My mom had a cousin that played for the Bengals. He played football for the Bengals. Who's the Bengals from? Bengals? Am I saying that right? Bengals? You did? That's cool. The Bengals. That's how people say it here, Bengals. Cincinnati? Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Cincinnati. Cool. Yep. She had a cousin that played for them. Don't know his name. Don't know when he played. I know it was like somewhere in the 2000 range. Like he played, in the 2000s time. Somewhere in there. I don't know. But it could be anywhere from 2000 to 2012. I don't know. But I'm not a sports buff by any means. I just never have been. And my husband isn't either. I know like a lot of husbands are, but mine isn't. And so I don't have to endure watching sports. I don't have to pretend like I, know anything about them because I don't. And, we just don't watch them. I did go to, I'm trying to think. I did go to a Cincinnati Reds baseball game when I was like 5. And then, like I said, I've been to the Nationals. I wish I was 17. No, I'm not. I will take that compliment, though. Totally will take that. I will take it and put it in my pocket. I wish I was 17. Man, to be 17 again. I was talking to my husband the other morning, and I got up, out of the bed, like did a big stretch, and then I looked at him and I was like, I wish there was like a magic pill that you could take and that you would be 17 again. Like once you hit 30, your body like hurts so bad. Like you wake up and you're in pain. I told her, I was like, I slept so good. I'm paying for it today though. I slept so good that my body hurts when I get up in the morning. Why is that? Why is it? Like you hit 30, you're all of a sudden can't sleep at night. I'm up all the time. I don't hardly sleep any. My body hurts all the time. My back is always in pain. And I feel like I'm going to fall apart. And you're like, is it old lady? You're like too young to like, to feel this way, but you do. And I know that I'm not the only one because I've heard of other 30-year-olds that like be like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I'm like I'm falling apart. And I didn't believe him. And then I hit 30 and now I feel like every morning when I wake up, I've been hit by a truck. I feel like I've like been thrown across the parking lot and not even getting sleep, like what happened? What happened to me? And my husband has always been, he's quite a bit older than me. He's always been like real athletic and like whatever. And then he started creeping up on 30 and he would like put a shirt on and pull a muscle. And I would make fun of him until I hit 30. Am I over exaggerating? Totally. But I literally do hurt often. Maybe not necessarily hit by a truck, but sometimes I do feel like that. 52 in 2 weeks. Well, if I don't see you again, happy birthday. 56. Those aren't bad ages, though. Y'all are still young. Y'all remember, like, when we were teenagers, though, and, like, somebody would say that they were, like, 30, and we would, think that they were, like, bound for the grave? You would be, like, 15 years old, and somebody would be like, I'm 30, and you'd be like, oh, my gosh, you're so old. And then you hit 30, and you're like, wow, I've still got quite a bit ahead of me. Goodness. And then, like, if somebody was like at 50 or 60, they would be like, you would feel like they were a grandparent. They would be, really bound for the grave. But now 50 and 60, you're like, oh, that's still young, still got a lot of life in you. Hi, Wilbur. Happy New Year. I'm sorry, guys. My phone's been dinging. I just had I sold a rabbit today, and I love selling rabbits to people that, are just getting into this. And they had all kinds of questions. And usually if somebody buys a rabbit for me, they get like a lifetime, as long as they want to watch me on YouTube to explain the stuff that they're asking. And so they were full of questions, and I loved it. I loved answering their questions. I love explaining stuff to them. And they bought these rabbits off of me, and he literally just said, the guy messaged me, and he's like, what's your YouTube channel so I can go check it out? Because I told her, I was like, I've got all this information, y'all can just watch it and, figure stuff out. Throw in a rotary phone and it's over. We had, what was that show? What was that store? Radio Shack. Do you all remember Radio Shack? Y'all remember Radio Shack. When I was probably, I don't know, 11, we got, of course we had a house phone then, and we got a look-alike rotary phone that like went on the wall. And except, instead of doing this, I miss Blockbuster too. It was just buttons, you would push. Does anybody else remember like their best friend's phone number? I can't remember ours. I cannot remember. I can't remember all the digits of our home phone, but I can remember, like my best friends. I had two best friends that I would call all the time. I can remember their phone number, their home phone number from when I was a kid. Can anybody else remember their best friend's phone number? Depends on genetics. Does it depend on genetics? Because my husband seems to be in a lot better shape. What you're blessed with, yeah. My husband seems to be in a lot better shape than I am, and he's got a good few years on me. He's actually 11 years older than me, and I feel like I'm falling apart compared to him. You remember your grandparents? Yeah, I remember my best friends. You can't remember yours? I know some people can. I can't remember ours, but I can distinctly remember. I can remember which they were my neighbors, but they were my two best friends, and I can remember their phone numbers from back then. And I've had a cell phone for years, for literal years, and I still can remember. I can remember their numbers. Well, I was the first one to get a cell phone out of our friends, so I was still calling, their home phones. You know how you do? Can you come out and play? Are you allowed to play? Have you finished your homework? Somebody called me a loser. That's all right. That's okay. I don't care what you got to say. Probably am a loser for that. Oh gosh. Blockbuster. You know those what's those things that you after they closed Blockbuster down, they had where you could put your debit card in. They still have them around here. Those red box thing. Is it red box? I literally said the red box thing. It's red box. Gosh. Blonde moment right there. Those did end Blockbuster. They did. And we still have them, like, at local dollar stores. We got, like, $5 million stores because, we live in the country. And the GameStop. I don't think we have a GameStop anymore. I think our GameStop. I'm surprised. I thought GameStop was done gone. I'm trying to remember. There was a creepy. It wasn't a Blockbusters. It was like a local movie place. Where you go get movies. And it was so creepy in there. I always felt like I was going in somewhere bad. Like it was like low lighting. The ceiling was like down to the, like so short. And then of course they had like the rated R movies in the very back of the store, and they had like a curtain, and that room was even darker than the than the room that you went in. It's so funny. You're gonna Hobby Lobby? Cool beans. Yours closed? Yeah, ours is closed as well. I'm trying to think of the old stores. There was like Blockbuster and Radio Shack. I remember like going into Radio Shack and getting a cell phone. I remember going into Radio Shack. We had one of those like remote control, car things. The closest Hobby Lobby we have is like an hour away. We don't really have a need for like craft stores here because, we're in the boonies. I'm trying to think of what's some other stores that have closed. Yeah, Party City was another one. We had a Party City here, and it's gone. What was that grocery store? Does people still have, what was it? The Lion, something, Lion, I don't, it might just be a southern thing. Lion something. It was Lion something, it was a grocery store. And I remember those went out when I was a kid. Food Lion. Yeah. Do people still have Food Lion? Or is it just ours that went out? I think that Food Lion's gone, right? They're still around. Yeah, we had one in when I was a kid, but it didn't last. It. Oh, Rue 21, the clothing store, is gone. I didn't even know it. We had a Rue 21 here, and where we don't hardly go to town or go shopping, we went Christmas shopping. I was like, what happened to the Rue 21? I didn't even know it was gone. Rue 21, and then Goodies. Do y'all remember Goodies? The clothing store? Me and my mother-in-law was talking about that the other day. And Doll Hairs. Do y'all remember Doll Hairs? It was like Goodies, but like maybe a little higher end. They are still Southern things. I just remember seeing in Virginia. Oh yeah, yeah. I think that they were more Southern. I think that they were like known for like their deli meats. Of course, like where we're in the South, everything. It seems like everything like hangs out longer than it does up north. Toys R Us, yeah, or Babies R Us. They were together. Yeah, I remember Toys R Us. I'm trying to think. Anybody else got any old ones that they can think of? Sears. We still have a Sears. I'm pretty sure we still have a Sears. No, we had a Sears, and something happened. We had a Sears in the mall, which is like an hour away, and we have a Marshall still. We have a Marshalls, but all this stuff is like not in our area, but it's like, hour or two away. But we still do have a Marshalls. We did have a Sears up until like part of the ground collapsed. So I don't know if that Sears will open back up, but it was in the mall. It was like the biggest building in the mall. Malls are pretty much gone too. J.C. Penney's, we still have a J.C. Penney's, and I'm not kidding you. I don't know how the place stays open. It's got to be something going on. J.C. Penney's was the only clothing store we had in our area. Legit, not joking, not by any means. It is literally, we have had a J.C. Penney's. It has been the only like clothing store that we've had, the very first clothing store that we've had, and the only clothing store that has been able to stick around for literal generations. Like our JCPenney's, I don't know when JCPenney's came out, but I'd say they put that store when JCPenney's came out, and it's literally still staying open. And their hours, I don't know if it's just where we live in a southern state, like we're in like a small place, but literally their hours are like crazy. Like they don't even stay open 8 hours a day here. I don't know how they're open, but they're still open. Is Hot Topic still a thing? I have no clue. What was that store that like when we were kids that was in the mall? Was it Spencer's? Pickles, you've done tried this, buddy. We've done had this conversation. You said I look like your neighbor, then you said I look like your ex. I don't know if Hot Topic still is a thing. Is Spencer's still a thing? That was like we weren't allowed to go in there, but we snuck in there mall thing. Oh my gosh, Eric, be nice. Be nice. Spencer's is still around. Hot Topic and Spencer's is like the same thing, wasn't it? I think it's still the same thing. I'm trying to think of what else. Don't you all feel like Old Navy is going to be gone soon? I feel like Old Navy, I don't know. I might be wrong, but I feel like Old Navy is starting to get out of date. I think it's starting to get out of date. Well, does anybody have any farm questions? We've gotten way off topic here. Julie, be sure that you, what about restaurants? Do you all have a, what is it called? Olive Garden? We had an Olive Garden like an hour away, and it was like it was never did. I guess does Olive Garden still exist? Yes, we do have chickens. We raise anywhere between 100 to 150 chickens every year, maybe more than that. We also raise quail, rabbits. We've had goats, horses, cattle, and ducks. Everything will be better when we bring back. Absolutely, I 100% agree with you. We have the capability of making a lot of things, and I hate that that the United States, our people, have been robbed of being able to have. Hold on, I'll take care of it. Our people have been robbed of being able to create and be able to produce products for ourselves. I hate that. I hate that it's come to that. I wish that it wouldn't have. I don't know why it has. I don't know how many, especially in our area, just a couple years ago, that factories just like ripped up steaks and left, and left the people jobless. My husband worked at it was like a lumber yard. It was owned by people from Canada. They were owners from Canada. Wonderful people to work for. He loved it there. They hit their 10 years. And if you're unaware, if people from a different country want to own a business in America, they can own it up to 10 years and then tax-free. And then they either pull up stakes or they sell it to somebody else. Well, his company pulled up stakes. They sent everybody home for Christmas break and then left. And didn't even tell the employees that they were leaving. And they sold to a local company that my husband didn't work long for. They were not good to their employees. But it was crazy that they, had a business. They'd hit their 10 years and they were not going to stick around. And I don't really understand that concept of allowing other countries to be able to make product in America for, a decade, for 10 years, tax exempt. How does that even make sense? And I've said earlier that I'm not political and I'm trying not to get into it, but I really think that maybe people local, maybe local Americans, maybe people that are, actually wanting what's best for our country, maybe those people should be tax exempt for 10 years. But I don't understand why other countries can come into America and do whatever they want and be tax exempt from it. And it doesn't make sense. It's like they've made it so easy for people to come to America. In the process, they've made it so hard for Americans to survive. Why are we making it harder on Americans? And I'm not just talking about people that were born here. I'm talking about people that are legal Americans, people that have documentation and have went through the whole process. I don't mind immigration. I don't mind people coming over to America the right way, the correct way, and making a home here. I don't think anybody's at least nobody I know of is like, you can't come over here the right way. I think all of us think it's okay to come over here, but I feel like if you're going to come over here, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to they should make it harder for people to come here and easier for people that are here. Easier for people that are, true Americans. I mean, I'm not talking about This isn't a race thing. It has nothing to do with this. I'm far from racist. This is a American thing. This is, wanting to have pride in our country. And if people are coming over here, we need the best of the best. We need hardworking people. We need people that are willing to put their nose to the grind. And we need, people that, are willing to come over here and do it the right way. We shouldn't make it harder on American people to, function. It should be we should have more pride in our country. We should have high enough standards that we're willing to make it hard. Does anybody else feel that same way? Anybody else feel that same way? I really need to get out of the politics because I'm not a political person, but honestly, I don't appreciate how things have become. Yeah, we do. We do. Yeah, I think with all that has happened to the U.S., all that's happened with our country over the last decade, I think we've lost pride in our country as a whole. I think that we've lost faith in the government. I know we've lost faith in the government. It's sad. It's a sad reality. We are the people, like we the people. We are the people. And I think that we need to, think back. We need to remind ourselves of that. And, do what we need to do to encourage a better life for our children, for the next generations. But I don't know if we're going to get there. I think the damage has been too far done for a really long time, and I don't know if we'll get there in the next I don't know if my grandchildren, I know my grandchildren probably are not going to have the same things that we had as children and the generations before me. I know that it's going to be harder for them, and that's why we need to raise children with morals. That's why we need to raise children with work ethic. That's why we need to raise children who are self-sufficient. That's why we need to raise children who are caring, that have pride in themselves. There's a way to do it, but I don't think people are up to the task. I don't think people are up to the task. I wish I grew up in the 70s and the 90s. Yeah, I was on the end of the 90s. I wish I would have had more of the 90s. The early 2000s weren't too bad. I almost feel like things started going downhill after like 2005. I don't know if everybody else feels that way, but I feel like me and my mother-in-law were talking about clothing the other day, and how people used to dress in the like the 50s, the 40s, and the 50s and the 60s. How people used to take so much pride in the way that they looked. Women, like leave the house. I mean, they would do like their hair and makeup. When their husbands came in from work, they took pride in the way they looked like, what they looked like, and they took pride in how they dressed, and they always looked so clean. Like their clothes looked clean. They looked clean. They looked clean. And you think of the millennial generation. It's modestly, yeah, absolutely. You take the millennial generation has completely lost that. Like Gen Z, they go to school in PJ pants. I ain't never been out in public in my PJ pants. No way. I was raised better than that. But now it's like, it's so common. Like you go to the grocery store and there's, girls in tank tops and PJ pants and, slippers. And I I don't understand that, and I try not to judge people, but you know what happened to taking pride in the way that you looked? What happened? What happened to not showing everybody that you have zero self-esteem? I know, me neither. I dress like my grandpa. I dress like my grandma, so I just which a lot of you all, like, if you watch my channel, you don't see me at my best dressed, like I'm farming. Usually my clothes have got, like, my farm clothes are dirty and filthy, and, I've got, like, hay on me, and some of, the clothes have holes in it and stuff. I'm not dressed my best when I'm doing my YouTube channel. I'm not out there, in my fancy clothes, my town clothes, but it's funny because me and my husband both, when we go to town, like, we have our farm clothes, we have our work clothes. We try to keep going to town and our farm and our work clothes down to a minimum. Like, sometimes we have to do it. But if we're going to town, like going grocery shopping or going out to eat or needing to going to the store, we have what we call our town clothes. And so we come home, we come in the house, we put decent clothes on. We're not talking about, like, fancy clothes, but we're talking about, like, looking clean and put together and nice and neat. And we're teaching our daughter that. I firmly believe that's the way it should be. My grandfather, his favorite place to eat was Frisch's Big Boy. And he was he's passed now, but when he was sick, he had Alzheimer's, and he lives about 2 hours, and they live about 2 hours away from me. And so when I would go up to visit, I would always stop at Frisch's Big Boy and get him, a Big Boy, and a side of fries, and, his drink. I would, get him a meal. And when he was a teen growing up, he was a mechanic. He was a diesel mechanic. He's been a truck driver and a diesel mechanic my entire life, up until his passing a couple years ago. And at lunchtime, if they decided they were going to go out to eat, he worked with his father and his brothers. They would come in, they would bathe, and they would wear their church clothes, their nicest clothes that they had, to go to Frisch's Big Boy. And they would stop, their day. They would go get cleaned up, and that's what they would do, for lunch or for supper. They would get in their best clothes. They would dress nice to go out in public and go out to eat. And, that shows a certain amount of respect for yourself. That shows a certain amount of respect for, just being out in public. It shows a pride that you have, in the way you dress. And I'm not talking about fancy clothes. I'm just talking about being decent. Where is the decency? Where is the decency? It's been lost somehow in the last few generations, and I don't know why. But we should have pride in the way that we dress. We should have take care of ourselves. And I'm wearing like a little dress right here. I'm not fancy, and I'm not claiming I am, but I'm just saying, like, take some pride in the way you dress and have some self-esteem about yourself. I was thinking the other day, and I never said it out loud. I never said it to anybody. But I got on Facebook, and there's a particular person on my Facebook, and there's multiple girls that are on my Facebook, that when they post a picture of themselves, they're getting the perfect angle. They're wearing the least amount of clothes that they possibly can without getting blocked off of Facebook, which Facebook don't block nudity anymore. And, they're showing how much self-esteem they have for themselves. But the thought in my mind was, these girls are showing the amount of respect that they have for each other, for themselves. They are literally posting for everybody to see how much respect that they have for themselves. How much pride they actually take in themselves. What kind of standards they actually have, And it's kind of sad. It makes me feel bad for them. And I think a lot of that comes down, I know that a lot of it, which I know some people rebel, but I think a lot of that comes down to with how you're raised, what you were allowed to wear, how much your dad was around. I think a lot of times, especially for girls and boys both. The way you act, 9 times out of 10, tells how good of a father your dad was. You know, how much love he actually had for you, and it's sad because a lot of girls are telling on their daddies, and it breaks my heart. Honestly, it makes me feel bad for them, and I hate it. You know, hate it for them. I hate seeing them half naked. I don't like that either. I have work clothes, fancy prissy outfits, and normal clothes, which is flannel jeans and cargo pants. Yeah, I wear leggings under 2 skirts and boots. Tops are modest and warm in layers for winter. Modern day pioneer is what I call it. Yeah, yeah. Well, we wear dresses and skirts, you know, and we try to be decent. Duck face YOLO. Yeah, I just wish that I wish we could go back in time. I wish that things were different. But the only way that we can change things is by teaching the next generation the things that we know are right. And so if you can just teach the next generation about humility, about modesty, about kindness, about self-sufficiency, about the Lord, about just having pride in yourself, we'll be doing a lot better, you know. I don't think we're going to get there, though. I completely agree. Too much technology. It's what it is. It's what it is. It's ruined people, and it's like a disease to children, that it's taken over so much. Like in the beginning of this live, there was like 2 kids on here having a conversation about sharing their Snapchat or something, and then like 12 years old. Why is your 12-year-old on YouTube live? You know, a 12-year-old's a baby. Why do they got a Snapchat? Why does your 12-year-old got a Snapchat? I remember when Snapchat came out, I was like 16 years old. I didn't even need it then. You know? Why does your 12-year-old have a Snapchat? Why do they got a phone? I don't know. Western age is a big perfect. Me too. Me too. I could too. Well, guys, I've been on here chit-chatting for an hour and almost 20 minutes, so I probably need to hop off. If anybody's on here that hasn't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't double tapped the screen, please double tap it. It gives me some likes and helps with the algorithm. I guess since we're getting off here and it's New Year's, I guess my New Year's resolution is to be monetized. Y'all think I can do it? I want to be monetized in 2025, okay? By the end of the year next year, hopefully we can look back and say, I've been monetized. So if you want to help with that, double tap the screen. If you want to help with that, please subscribe and check out some of our videos. If you're interested in farming content, check it out. You're going to go live tonight? I'll try to pop on. I'm going to try to check your channel out. But please go comment on one of my videos. Just anything. That way I can remember you, because I do want to support your channel. But good night, Amanda. But guys, thank you all so much. Thank you all for the support throughout the year. Some of you all have been here for a really long time, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So hope everybody's New Year's resolution comes true. Okay. I will try to, I'll as soon as I get off here, I will try to go look, Julie. But thank you all so much. And hopefully we can see you on the next one. I'll see y'all in the new year, okay? Y'all have a good evening. Happy New Year. Da, 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 da. To get a farm. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that for you, Eric. I'm hoping it's so hard. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Thank you so much. Bye bye.